Anxiety is not the problem. Your nervous system is. Hello, welcome to the V2V channel. My name is Venerina and I'm glad you could make it here today. Have you ever noticed that the more you try to stop feeling anxious, the stronger anxiety becomes? You've tried breathing techniques, possibly. You've probably tried positive thinking. You keep telling yourself there's nothing to worry about, but your body doesn't listen. Your heart's still racing, your chest is still tight, your mind is still scanning for danger. And that's because anxiety isn't actually the problem. The problem is your nervous system. So let's reframe anxiety, because most people believe it's a mental problem. They think it comes from overthinking, having negative thoughts, worrying too much. But actually, in truth, anxiety is not primarily a psychological problem. It's biological. It's a nervous system state. You see, your nervous system has one job, or one primary job, and that is to keep you alive. And it does that by constantly asking one question: am I safe or am I in danger? And when the nervous system senses danger, it activates survival mode. And so your heart beats faster, your muscles get tense, your breathing becomes shallow, and this is what everybody talks about in common language as the fight or flight response. Now, it's the same system that would activate if you were being chased by a wild animal. But the problem is, in modern life, the nervous system can start reacting to psychological threats. And it actually does so as if they were real physical threats. And of course, when that happens, anxiety starts. Many people actually feel frustrated by anxiety because it seems irrational. You might know logically that everything is fine, but your body feels like something terrible is about to happen. And that's because the nervous system does not run on logic. It runs on perception and memory. So if your nervous system has learned, often through past experiences that can go far, far, far back, even as far back as childhood, that certain situations are unsafe, it will react automatically. And not because you're weak, certainly not because you're overreacting, but because your nervous system is trying to protect you. For example, someone who in their past once experienced rejection may feel intense anxiety before social situations, or somebody else who experienced unpredictability may feel anxious when things get uncertain. Or another example might be someone who grew up in a stressful environment may have a nervous system that is permanently on alert. Now, in all of these cases, the anxiety is not the problem. Anxiety is the signal. So the real issue that we're talking about then is nervous system dysregulation. And that is when your nervous system spends too much time in survival mode. It actually becomes dysregulated. And that means that the system then has difficulty returning to a state of calm. And when the nervous system is triggered, everything seems overwhelming. Your body becomes hypersensitive to stress. And so you experience racing thoughts, tension in your body, difficulty relaxing, constant worry, emotional overwhelm, and the list can go on. And many people respond to this by trying to control their thoughts. But the nervous system doesn't calm down because you argue with it. It calms down because it feels safe again. And unfortunately, safety is not something you can think. It's something your body has to experience. And this is why when somebody says, oh, just relax, that does not work. Because people with anxiety often hear advice like, just calm down, try not to think about it, everything will be fine. But if your nervous system is activated, those words don't reach the part of the brain that is in charge. Because when survival mode is on, the brain seems to go offline and your body takes over. And that's why anxiety can feel so confusing, because you may logically know that you're safe, but your body doesn't believe it. And until the nervous system feels that safety again, anxiety will continue to appear. Now, the moment people understand this, something important happens. They stop asking, how do I stop my anxiety? And they start asking, how do I help my nervous system feel safe? And that shift alone changes everything. Because instead of fighting against your anxiety, you begin to work with your body. When the nervous system begins to regulate again, then anxiety naturally decreases, and not through force, but because your body no longer believed it's in danger. So one of the most important things to understand about anxiety is this: your nervous system is not broken. It's being protective. It learned patterns based on past experiences. It developed strategies to keep you safe. The only problem is that those strategies are now overactive. So instead of judging yourself for feeling anxious, it can help to approach anxiety with curiosity by asking yourself, what is my nervous system trying to protect me from? And often the answers reveal something much deeper. It can be a past stress, it can be emotional wounds, it could be unprocessed experiences. And when those begin to heal, the nervous system slowly learns that it no longer has to stay on high alert. So moving forward, healing anxiety is not about becoming a different person. It's about helping your nervous system relearn safety. And that can happen through nervous system regulation practices. You can use emotional processing by having supportive relationships, safe environments, and learning how your triggers work. And over time, you'll find that the nervous system will actually begin to shift. Your body will become calmer, your reactions will become softer, and the situations that you once felt were overwhelming will begin to feel more manageable again, not because you forced yourself to be calm, but because your nervous system no longer believed that you're in danger. If you struggle with anxiety, there is something important I want you to remember. You're not weak, you're not broken, and you're certainly not failing at life. Your nervous system is simply trying to protect you in the best way it knows how. And when you begin to understand that and work with it rather than against it, then everything starts to change. If this perspective helped you understand your anxiety a little differently, then please do feel free to explore more videos here on the V2V channel, because healing anxiety doesn't start with controlling your mind. It starts with understanding your nervous system. And to that effect, I've also developed an anxiety reset system. You can find the link to that in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.